In every aspect of my life, entering any sort of flow state is incredibly difficult for me. Except for one thing I know that I can guarantee getting into a flow state, and that's when I'm flying FPV drones. The first thing that I did when I got here to this school where I fly is immediately crash into a tree. It got me thinking about something, about a concept of the flow state. And in the simplest terms, flow state is just being locked in. And flow state doesn't just apply to FPV, it applies to any time that you're feeling locked in, undistracted, and just focusing on one singular thing. But the beautiful thing about FPV is that you have those goggles to really help keep you focused. Being forced to look into a pair of light tight goggles really forces you into a flow state. And it's even better if I'm actually doing well while flying my drone and I'm actually keeping a good consistent flight without any sort of crashing or anything like that. That makes it so much better. And you know, eventually you're gonna crash that FPV drone and then you're gonna have to take the goggles off and you're gonna have to exit that immersion. And I don't think that necessarily means that exits your flow state completely, because in the moment that I'm out digging for a lost drone, that's all I'm focusing on. So the entire FPV experience, from entering the spot, putting the goggles on, maybe crashing the drone, looking for the drone, is all part of one continuous flow state. But that's just my experience. Like if I was gonna describe what flow state is, I would be like, hey, you should fly an FPV drone. If you wanna know what flow state is, you need to fly an FPV drone. I mean, nothing else really compares. It is truly the most locked-in experience that I think you can have. I'm sure there are other things that I have not experienced, but from my personal experience, it's the most locked-in thing that I've ever experienced. You know, completely isolated from everything else. The only thing that I have is the view of the drone. You know, the way that I see it is that flying an FPV drone helps my brain enter into a flow state that I otherwise wouldn't be able to enter into doing anything else. And I think that the reason for that is that the goggles provide a sort of immersion into flying the drone. Because when I'm doing FPV and I'm flying an FPV drone, it's not like I'm controlling an RC aircraft. It's like I'm actually inside of the cockpit of a little drone. And so therefore it puts me into this super focused state of being. You know, one thing about FPV that's very interesting, and I've heard this from other people, FPV is the one hobby or thing that they do that they've been able to hold on to for the longest amount of time. I mean, I've tried a bunch of different hobbies in my life, and FPV is the only one that I've done the longest and most consistently. I think also for me, if I wasn't making content about FPV, I probably wouldn't fly as much, to be honest. Because for me, the whole thing is the entire package. It's all about filming and creating something. And FPV really helps me to have like a focus and a topic that I can talk about. But overall, it's like FPV is training my brain to sort of focus on things more effectively. Like if I go out and fly FPV one day in the morning, for the rest of the day, I feel just a little bit more focused. Only a little bit, but that little bit more focus does help. I don't know, maybe FPV is more than just flying a toy drone around. Maybe it's more about trying to figure out how to stay focused and attentive to things that are actually important. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't.